During the Cultural Revolutions, there was a social movement led by young people to support Mao policy and communism regime, at that time called the Red Guard. This is Zhang Hongbin. Joining the Red Guard at the age of 15, he has excused his mom of anti-Maoist 46 years ago, and ever since, he has lived a life of regret. So Zhang, welcome to the show. Can you tell us a little bit about the story of your mother?
During the Cultural Revolution, there was a song, "Father and mother are dear, but Chairman Mao is dearer." When the Cultural Revolution happened, family affection vanished entirely. It became a bloody relationship between classes. Because of my mother's family background and her father being so-called counter-revolutionary, she was suspected of belonging to the landlord class. She was isolated and investigated for 2 years. All of these things made her sick of the Cultural Revolution. One night, she angrily criticized Chairman Mao. She took down his image from the world and burned it. Suddenly, I felt that this wasn't my mother. She suddenly became a monster. She had become a class enemy and opened her bloody mouth. My father and I went to the police to report her. After that, she was convicted of being counter-revolution and shot.
What you did to your mom still haunted you? And are you sticking to your tone?
After many years of reflection, I realized that I was mistaken back then. There was many times when I saw her in my dreams, I would kneel down, holding her hand tightly and apologizing her. But she never answered me.
So since then, have you changed your opinion about the Cultural Revolution?
It was a catastrophe that the Chinese nation must suffer. We must remember this painful historical lesson and never let it happen again.
Painful memories stay with many victims of cultural revolutions. Chen Jianhong is a survivor of cataclysmic political upheaval from more than 15 years ago. Unfortunately, her father is not. Mrs. Jing, thank you for joining to our show today. Can you tell us what happened to your father back then?
My father was the vice principal of the school where I studied. In the Cultural Revolution, in all high schools and colleges, students regard their teachers and principals as capitalists and stinking intellectuals, and my father was no exception. It was extremely agonizing witness him being beaten by my students with long sticks, my classmates.
So what did you do at that time?
I tried to save him. He was forced to sweep the school ground for hours without being allowed a sip of water. And when he paused to rest, he got beaten badly by the Red Guard. When I tried to intervene, my classmates chased me away and they kicked me. The next morning, my father collapsed into a coma and he died. My family never dared talk about that for many years, and I couldn't dare set foot on my campus ever again.
It was the summer of 1966 when Chen Jianhong became one of the first victims of the Cultural Revolutions. Half a century on, his daughter Chen Shui still mourned her father's passing. Chen, thank you so much for coming here today. So can you tell us a little bit what happened to family during the Cultural Revolutions?
Of course, I will never forget about that day. It was a summer afternoon about 4 p.m., 27 August 1966. The Red Guard appeared at my home. They loaded my parents into a truck and then taken them into a high school. My father was savagely beaten with a belt, a rope, and even an iron bar until he was lying flat on the floor. The next morning, my mother came home, covered all in blood, and informed us that my father would never coming back again. The Red Guard were supposed to destroy the fallout and the 5 categories of disgraced people, but we didn't belong to that category. Why? Why did this happen to my family? Why do I have to suffer this?
Do you have anything to say with all the people that have created your family tragedy?
Yes, I don't think that I will ever forgive them. My father was a human being. He wasn't a cat or a dog or an animal. And he was beaten until death just within a few hours.